Hello, and welcome back to the Future of Beauty podcast. My name is Liz Howard. I'm your host and also the founder of Mirai Beaute Learning Academy. Today, I have a super special guest. She is known as the #1 salon suite mentor and also known for throwing like really epic birthday parties. Please welcome SwayThePro.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, Liz. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Yes. Before we even dive into everything.
Okay.
How long did it take for you to plan that birthday party?
Ooh, really? Maybe about 90 days.
Really?
A little under 90 days.
That is so dope.
Yeah, but we didn't lock in the venue until like maybe 2 weeks before actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was epic.
You know, I have a twin brother.
Okay.
So I literally texted him. Yeah. I texted him and I said, so when are we doing something like this?
Okay, yeah, I know. It was
Twins
our first
are up.
time. Exactly. Yeah, it was our first time. It was my first time having a birthday celebration of any sort. Ooh. And it was our first time just doing a party together.
Really?
So I was like, I had such an amazing year. Let me just close it out with a bang.
Yeah, it was
birthday
awesome.
Party. It was beyond what I expected. The event planner is always really good, but man, and I didn't even see anything until some of the stuff until I was actually at the party in the green room and I was watching my Instagram stories and I'm like, that's what it looks like out there? I'm like, oh my goodness, she went crazy. So shout out to Taisha.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah,
literally, probably the best birthday party I've ever seen.
I'm sick. I forgot to even send you. Did I send you an invite?
No, but it's okay.
No, you should have been. Next time you'll be in the room.
I'll be in the next one. You'll be at mine.
Bree was in there though, doing her thing for sure.
She told me, she was like, I'm at Sway's party. She FaceTimed me and I was like, oh girl, were you at the club? She said Sway's party.
Man, it was lit.
It was lit. It was so cool.
Dope room.
But jumping into the actual meat of the podcast. I just had to geek out a little bit for that. You are known as the #1 salon suite mentor, obviously.
Absolutely.
And since you've become this salon suite guru, what was like the moment in your professional career that you realized having a suite or having a salon suite business was like the thing that you needed to do?
Yeah, so I grew up in the hair and beauty industry. So my mom and my sister, they did hair. And so I used to go in the salon and I would just do eyebrows like back in, I think it was maybe high school.
Okay.
I would just do eyebrows just because I really love the environment. Like I used to love just the smell of the barbershop and the freedom that the barbers and the stylists had. I'm like, dang, they can wear what they want to wear. They kind of got a flexible life compared to like corporate. So we were in Michigan. Then I moved my family to Georgia and we were pursuing music, but I was like, I still want to get into this industry. So initially I was like, I'm gonna open a barbershop. But then I said, well, you know what? No, go ahead and go to school and actually become a barber. So I went to school, became a barber. My plan was to come out there and work in a barbershop, which I did. I worked in a barbershop for maybe a few months. And it was this salon suite brand, this guy who owned it, he kept reaching out in my DMs like, come check us out, come check us out. And I'm like, what is this suite thing? So I finally went over there and I was like, oh, I see what's going on. So I leased the suite and it still didn't really hit me until I was there after a couple of weeks and I was like, wait a minute, I know on Fridays I'm paying him this much. That every door is paying him a certain amount and it's more than you would pay in a chair. So I'm like, oh, he's making some pretty good money. And he doesn't have to help us find clients. Like we get to customize the suites. So I was like, oh, this is the next big thing in the hair and beauty industry. And so that's when I kind of realized, okay, let me shift my mindset from owning a barbershop to owning the actual salon suite.
Okay, yeah. So around like what year, like what time was that? Like
2016 is when I first started cutting. And then I believe I did the salon suite 2017.
Okay.
It was shortly after I started.
Yeah, it makes sense. So from having your own suite to like building the business of your suites.
Right.
What did that look like? What did that entail?
Yeah, so I was very strategic with it. So the guy who would always send me messages about coming to his salon suite, when I went over there, they were in the middle of switching locations. Okay. So I was like, perfect, I'm gonna actually just stay around so I can see how it's built from like the bottom to the top. So I would go visit and just see, like when I signed my space, there weren't even any walls, it was just tape. So I was just going over there and I was just watching them build it up. Okay, they're doing this, they're doing that, because I was like, I'm gonna do this one day. And so the shift from that, it was kind of a slow transition. I went from working like 6 days a week to like 4 days a week, or I think 5 days a week, then to 3 days a week. Trying to remember exactly, in between then is when I switched over, or is when I started my own salon suite brand. So when I had my first location, I was still cutting behind the chair. I had my own suite within my location, and I slowly just scaled all the way back. But I always, like I said, had intentions of owning something. Again, it was a barbershop or a salon. So, you know, I got really excited when I saw the salon suite model because I was like, oh, this is basically like real estate and I'm hands off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what really excited me the most about the industry.
Yeah, and so like during that time when you opened your suites, like there wasn't like a whole lot of suites that were kind of like that at the time.
Absolutely. That's why, that's why I'm known as the #1 salon suite guru, because I really did help put salon suites on the map.
Yeah.
So yes, back when I did it, I mean, they was banging at the door. I would have a waiting list. I had pre-leased all of my suites, and it wasn't that popular. Over the years, it's definitely become extremely popular. So you have to be more creative with the marketing and stuff like that. But it was fun back then. You know, my first experience was quite an experience. I always talk about how I had a lot of high anxiety, a lot of stress, cried a lot of nights just trying to figure it out because there weren't any courses, any mentors, consultants specifically for Salon Suite. So I literally just jumped off the cliff.
Right.
And it was extremely stressful. Like I talk about that all the time. But I'm glad that I pushed through because literally the day that I actually signed my lease, my business partner bailed out. Like literally after I put my signature and we were waiting for him to pull up. And he was like, well, yeah, I just decided not to do it. So luckily the landlord still let me sign, even though I was like, I don't know how I'm about to come up with this money, but damn it, I'm gonna sign this lease.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just so tough, but I'm so glad that I pushed through because I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Right. I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
So that's crazy though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
such a testimony.
It is, literally. That's why I'm so passionate about helping people because I feel like we're all trying to create generational wealth. We're all trying to create that second source of income because one is too close to zero. But I was like, I wouldn't wish that experience on my worst enemy. I mean, I literally was crying so many nights. I remember I was in a relationship, and I just still appreciate my girlfriend at that time to this day because I was like, I don't know how you even still dealt with me. Coming home every day, crying, stressed, people stealing my money, just trying to figure it out. But yeah, it's definitely a testimony for sure.
Yeah. I mean, with the episode that we just dropped with Bree, my sister, she made it very clear, like, you have to be careful about who you go into business with.
Oh, yeah.
And who you decide to, like, make those deals with because you just never know how it might come out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Got to have that paperwork and make it real clear.
Real clear.
I don't care how close you are.
Yeah,
gotta have
seriously.
it in writing.
So this was your dream, or it became a dream.
For sure.
That became reality for you. So now that salon suites have become super popular.
Yes.
Now a lot of stylists and a lot of beauty pros have a goal now of getting their own suite versus like, I feel like before maybe it was like people wanted to own a salon, own a thing, but now it's like this is a more obtainable goal.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
And now even more so, since you are helping students and helping people open their own suite business, what would you say is like the most, not the most important thing, but like what should people really focus on when they are trying to open a business like this? Like what would you say is like the number one thing that they should really like have a focus on outside of like money and success? Like what should be their goal with this?
I would say just having the right mindset to own any business. I feel like if you have the right mindset, you can open any business. You really can do anything. And I feel like that's just standard across all business ownership is just understanding business. First of all, making sure you operate like a business, but just understanding how it goes. There's ups and downs. There's good days, there's bad days. You're dealing with people, lots of different personalities. You can't trust anybody in business, even when you have an agreement. I tell people that you just can't trust anything. So I would say just that mindset, but having a consistent mindset. Because sometimes we're motivated, we're excited, and then some days we're not. But it's like, how do we still make sure we're a good business owner? We still push through. So I would say just mindset and then also marketing are the two top things for me.
Definitely makes sense. Mindset for sure. I feel like people hear salon suites and they hear money. I can make money with this. I can make money with this.
And they think it's so easy. We're just going to put up some walls and they're going to come knocking at the door. And it's like, it's not that easy at all. It's not.
Especially now that it's a more popular thing.
Exactly. But even before then, even backing it up to just building it out the right way. People build them too big or too small, or they're so quick to put in their bio they're a salon suite owner and they didn't even read the lease. You didn't understand the numbers before you sign it to even make sure it's going to be profitable. So a lot of people are stuck in leases that they're not profitable in, that the landlord doesn't give a damn. He still wants his money. So that just, they built them too big or too small because they didn't have a coach or mentor because they felt like it's just salon suites. I don't need to pay for help. And then they're stuck because it's like the only thing you can do now is rebuild the entire thing. So I think, and then understanding that you're dealing with people who we're promoting to come and be your own boss. So they have a different energy and attitude about them too. So you have to just understand how to deal with people, not to take things personally and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. Now, when you were leasing suites to beauty pros, what was it like? Because I'm sure there was a turnover. People maybe couldn't maintain or keep up with their suites.
Yep.
What was that like for you with like, I mean, I know you said people were knocking at the door, they had a wait list.
But maybe, first location.
But maybe even with your students, or if you did have a personal experience with it, like maybe having a hard time with keeping those rooms filled. Yeah. Like that's I'm sure where marketing comes in.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would say I did experience, it does happen. So that's the thing, it does happen. People think it's a perfect world. I'm like, even in residential real estate, there's turnover rate in every industry. For me, it was more towards when I was deeper into it. We had 5 locations. And so at that time, I didn't really have systems in place. So it felt very overwhelming for me. So I wasn't like as hands-on as I was with the first and the second location. The other 2 were franchise locations. So I wasn't as hands-on, which I was trying to intentionally remove myself. I was trying to hire I did hire a GM. She just didn't do the work. So that was the toughest time for me, where I saw the highest turnover rate, but that was because I just couldn't give the company as much love because I was trying to grow. And like I said, everybody I was hiring just wasn't doing their job. So, you know, I was prepared for it. And I also understand that, you know, just turn up the marketing, you know what I mean? So even though it was like a tough time, I knew exactly what to do. I just had to step back in, which I didn't want to, but I knew exactly what marketing strategies to implement to get them back full.
Yeah. So with your students, I'm sure a lot of them have literally no experience or even no knowledge about, like what this world looks like. What are like some systems that you feel like they need to have in place before opening up a business like this? Yeah.
I would say the first thing is a plan, and not just a business plan, but an overall plan, a financial plan. If you're getting funding, what does that look like? What are your payments, your payments look like? So I would say just having a clear plan, you know, the projected timeline for completion, and then really just trying to stick to that. And then when it comes to like hiring architects and contractors, just making sure you have some type of system to hold them accountable, because that's the main thing. The contractor can be like the biggest headache. So it's like you're still going to be micromanaging, like I said, the architect, the contractor, everybody who's working for you. So just understanding how to do that, because the contractors will take advantage of you. But following up with them every week, you know, holding them accountable. What are we doing this week? Okay, we're putting up the framework. Okay, well, Friday, let me see that it was done. And then what are we doing the next week? So I think that's the most important thing, because I think that's where people really get stressed out, is the build-out process. So the more prepared you are, the less stressful it can be. Yeah. So those are the systems before. And then, of course, once you actually open, definitely having everything automated, the payments automated, your communications with your stylists. We use a software that does all of that for us. So it takes our payments. The tenants can submit maintenance requests. It has good reporting. So, you know, if we want to see how many suites are vacant or what we did last month for multiple locations, we can do that. Let's see. The onboarding, so when we actually onboard them, instead of having physical documents, they can do it all through the website. So it's a one-stop shop where you can just, everything that you need to operate is in that one location.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really good.
It's a game changer.
For sure. So with the business, it's like opening up the businesses and stuff, like, do people need to have like a strong income already, or do you how do you recommend like financially, how should they go about starting their business?
Well, yeah, so when I started, I used my own money, but knowing what I know now, you know, I'm sure you heard of OPM, which is other people's money. I want to be clear that doesn't mean go ask your cousin or your mom, because people are like, well, let me go use somebody else's money. Right. But it means just going to the bank, getting funding, credit cards, lines of credit, and things like that. So, and this is people think this is a poor strategy, but this is a wealthy strategy. Even the wealthy that have millions of dollars, when they make investments, including myself, we don't use our own money most times. So, even if they have the money, we still teach to use OPM, to go to the bank and get funding. And so you don't have to have a lot of money coming in. It varies on how they choose, or if they choose to fund you. It can be based off of bank statements, tax returns, sometimes your LLC if it's aged, if it's been open for a while. So we have a funding team that's really, really good. We have relationships with bank reps and stuff like that. So we have to get creative with every person. But usually if you have like at least a 680 to a 700 credit score, no derogatory marks, we can get you funded. But even then, if you do have some things in your credit, we still help our students repair their credit and get them in position to qualify for funding.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. There's no excuses. If you really want to do it, we solve all the problems. It's just a matter if you want to do it. So when people say, well, my credit or I don't have funding, we solve all those problems.
Right. That's awesome. I mean, I feel like it can be so intimidating just to think about just opening up a business. Like, I don't have any of this stuff. I don't have no money. Like, no, there's, like you said, no excuses.
No excuses. And a lot of times people count themselves out, because a lot of people walk around saying, well, I don't have good credit, or I can't go get 100K. It's like, yes, you can. Right. Like, you might not be able to go get it today, but you can set yourself up and go get it in 3 or 4 months. Right. So it's like, stop counting yourself out. A lot of people think that they can't do certain things, and it's like, the reality of it is, anybody literally can do anything. It sounds cliche, but it really is true. If you get around the right information and get the right resources, you can do anything.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to have a mentor like you. Because I think when we are around the same, or people that have the same mindset as us, of thinking like, oh, I can't do it, I can't do it, and people are like, yeah, girl, because I don't know nobody that got that type of money.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't work. Like, you have to surround yourself with people that have done it and can teach you how to do it.
Absolutely.
So valuable.
So valuable. I tell people all the time, a lot of times the enemy is the inner me. Like, we're in our own way a lot of times. You literally told yourself you can't do it for whatever reason. And it doesn't matter how you were brought up. It doesn't matter your surroundings. Literally, there's no excuses. If you want something and you want to do it, you have to choose it and then just be intentional every single day.
100%. I always say you gotta be a little delusional.
You gotta be a little delusional. But you gotta be a lot of bit selfish. There's a lot of things you gotta be. Yeah. But you can be it.
You can be it. You can be it. So in your journey,
okay,
what prepared you the most for your success that you have now?
Yeah, man.
Even if it didn't feel like it at the time.
Yeah, I know, right? What prepared me the most for the success that I have now? I can't think of like one specific thing. I would just say all my experiences over the years, you know what I'm saying? Back from even when I was a kid and I had very low self-esteem. You know, being a twin, people don't understand. I'm sure, well, I don't know if you have a brother, but
we're fraternal.
But people always just compare. And it's like, they don't mean to, but they're like, oh, Sway, your nose is bigger than hers. Or they're trying to find the differences. And again, they don't mean anything. But when you're young, it's like, and then I was a tomboy. So it was like, that's the tomboy. So I used to get picked on a lot. And I had very low self-esteem. And I was kind of lonely. But I remember back then saying, you know what, I'm going to shut shit down. It's okay if I go? Okay.
We grow.
Right, okay. I'm going to just be great. You know what I mean? I'm going to be great to the point where I don't care what nobody says. I don't have to depend on anybody. So I would say a combination of just my youth, playing sports really helped, which is discipline and just pushing your brain past what you think it can go past. And then just all the experiences. 'Cause I've done so much. I've tried so many different careers, and not all of them, a lot of them didn't work out clearly. Yeah. But just all those experiences, I would say just over the years is what prepared me for now, to be honest.
Just the journey.
The journey,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
Journey for sure.
You're amazing at your craft, but are you making the money you deserve? Imagine turning your beauty skills into a brand that brings in $5 to $10K a month without burning out or second guessing yourself. My name is Liz Howard, a beauty professional turned brand strategist, and I've helped lash artists, brow artists, makeup artists, nail techs, estheticians, you name it, people just like you go from struggling to fully booked and finally able to create consistent income doing what they love. In my free live training, where beauty meets business, I'll show you exactly how to build a beauty brand that stands out online, attract clients who pay your worth, and turn your skills into a system that brings in $5 to $10K a month consistently. So whether you're just starting out or ready to scale, this live training will finally give you the roadmap to show you what you've been missing. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start growing, click below to secure your spot. This is where beauty meets business and where your next level begins. So when you're teaching people and they are experiencing like that imposter syndrome or that feeling of like, I can't push through this, like, how do you help them as a mentor, like even just having like pep talks or things like that? Like,
so I think the difference between my mentorship and other people's is I focus literally like 90% on mindset. The 10% is the how to open a salon suite. I know how to do that. I've done that. That's really the easiest part of all of this is like how to execute a plan. But it's really mindset. So I'm already proactively teaching them mindset and training their brain and trying to get them to unlearn things and just and preparing them for what to expect. You know what I mean? Life's things are going to happen, but I always tell them no matter what, when you look outside, the sky is still spinning. The world continues. Like life goes on.
Yes.
And so you have to continue to move. So I like to go by the 4 agreements. I don't know if you ever read that book, but the 4 agreements, they say the 4 agreements to have a true peaceful life is don't take anything personal, don't make assumptions, be impeccable with your words, and the last one is do your best doing all 3. And it's like, if you really think about that, if you never take anything personal, most times we're in a negative mood, it's because we took something personal, or we assumed something. We usually assume the most negative stuff, or we're speaking something negatively, which again is bringing us negative energy. So it's like, even if something doesn't make sense, and you're like, why would somebody do that? That's crazy. It probably is crazy, right? Why would they do that? But we don't know. We don't know how they were brought up. We don't know what they were taught. I'm not even gonna take it personal. I'm just gonna move differently.
Yeah.
So I try to teach them those 4 things, and just like I said, try to be proactive with having I have my therapist come talk to them. I have life coaches come talk to them. So it's not just about like business stuff, because I understand that, again, I can hold your hand and give you the whole blueprint, but if you don't have the right mindset, as soon as I walk away, you're gonna flop.
Yeah.
So I'm really big on mindset.
That is so important. And honestly, like, I needed to hear that. Because especially, like, I've now bridged off into, like, building my own community.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm like, let me just get myself together. Because, like, with my mentees that I have now, like, they come to me with, like, their, like, qualms and their problems. And I'm like, girl, we just got to get through it. Yeah. Like, I didn't realize how much we actually talk ourselves out of stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Until I started talking to other people that are dealing with it now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's crazy.
We'll find a bunch of, or we'll allow somebody else to take control of our head and talk us out of it. And so for my community, what I tell all my students and mentees is you cannot come in here complaining unless you attempt to give a solution. So don't come in here pouring nothing, because we're all going through stuff. This isn't a counseling, a therapy group. We can all sit here and talk about our problems, but what are we going to try to do to solve it or to change it? So that's my rule. Yeah.
That's a word. If y'all ain't catch that, y'all need to rewind and listen to that again, because that was a word.
Listen, because complaining don't fix nothing. It's a waste of time. Okay, what are we going to do?
Yes. Like, we need to, let's take an action plan first before we sit here and say we can't do it.
Exactly.
Okay, so in the same realm of like what your journey was like and all of that, was there a moment during that journey that made you feel like quitting was easier than pushing through?
Dang, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. There was definitely moments where I thought about it, but I feel like when I always weigh the two, I'm like, oh yeah, I ain't going back to that. I might, because like Smitty always says, choose your heart. It's hard living check to check. It's hard becoming an entrepreneur. All the shit is hard. Yeah. So I'm already in the middle of it. I already tried, and this is the life that I really want. This one is more rewarding. So when I would consider it, I would think about it, and I'm like, nah, let me just keep going. Because where I come from, I just didn't want to continue living like that. Yeah. And I knew there was more for us, and I knew we could have better. So I was just really determined to get to that point.
Yeah, and especially when you consider, like, I'm one of those people where I'm like, I done did all this work. I ain't gonna give up now. Okay,
literally.
Like,
or I can go put all this 40 hours into somebody else that didn't quit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So might as well just push through. Yeah. I tell people, if you keep going, the thing is we start and we stop a lot of things too, and we keep starting over. And it's like, what if you would have just stayed in that same career for 3 years or stayed working towards that business for 3 years? Maybe you would have been somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we start and we keep stopping thinking, okay, well, maybe this one is going to be easier. And it's like, no, it all requires hard work. You know what I mean? So you just got to keep pushing.
I mean, social media causes us to compare ourselves so much to other people, because I can see you, and if I'm scrolling on social media and I just see like, oh, Sway is popping, like Sway got this, and I'm comparing my success to your success, but I don't know the whole journey that you have been on just to get to this point.
Exactly.
Like, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, Sway got this overnight. Like, it's like your brain is convincing you of that, but that's not the case.
That's not the case. That's literally why I started writing my book, because I was like, people don't really know where I'm coming from. Some people don't even know that I'm actually in this industry. I'm actually actual licensed barber stylist. You know, whereas a lot of people are just teaching it and they're not in it. So definitely, I tell people, I did not get rich overnight. It took me 10 years to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just got to keep going. And, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. And it's tough, like, when you're in a city like Atlanta, because somebody always doing something, and they always making it look more than what it is. So you already know it's a lot of capping and stuff going on.
A lot of cap going on in this city.
So it's like, you don't know what that person is really dealing with behind closed doors. Don't ever wish somebody else's life or wish you had somebody else's life, because you don't really know what's going on. But also, a lot of people sit up and scroll watching other people live the life that they could be living. You know what I mean? We spend so much time watching other people too, watching them live it up. And it's like, take some of that time and actually work towards your goal. Instead of just scrolling and, dang, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do. You can. Yeah. You just not delegating your time the right way.
Exactly. And back to your point, what you said of like working for somebody else and, you know, being like, if I put, you know, the years into this, then I can get to this place. But I feel like people always say, like, climbing the corporate ladder. It's like you always have to start at ground zero, pretty much no matter where you at.
Facts.
You're not going to go into a job entry level and make 6 figures.
Exactly.
That's not typically what happens.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if you're going to start at ground zero, you might as well do what you want to do.
Exactly. So you can be in control and live the life that you want.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, these are some gems right now. I'm really like, yes. So now that you are SwayThePro, and you are pretty much a Salon Suite legend at this point.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you really are.
Thank you. I really am.
Yeah, you really. I mean,
I really am. I mean,
how are you navigating this? You know, the attention, the pretty much being a public figure at this point. How are you navigating that?
Yeah, tell me about it now.
Yeah,
past 30 days.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn, every time I look up, I'm like, goodness.
I'm talking about Sway.
Goodness. Sheesh.
How have you navigated that? Like, did it feel like that kind of happened overnight, or?
Definitely. That some of that definitely happened overnight. I definitely woke up like, oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So I ain't gonna lie, it was a little overwhelming at first, you know what I mean, because it happens like overnight. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, whew, because I never really wanted to be like in the public eye like that. You know what I mean? Like, I like the popularity that I do have now. I'm still pretty popular. Every time I go somewhere, somebody recognizes me, but I didn't want it to be like that. It was kind of just aggressive, and it was a little overwhelming because, again, it was unexpected. Yeah. But I was able to get through it, and, you know, I feel like I've always been prepared for, you know, when you're in the public eye, even when you're not in the public eye, but when you're more in the public eye, there's more opportunity for people to be negative and say negative things. So I'm just so glad and blessed and thankful that I was prepared for all of this. You know what I'm saying? The good, the bad, the ugly. And that comes from me just experiencing businesses. And then, like, for example, with my ads, people don't know I spend $250,000 on ads every 30 days. So that means I'm reaching a lot of people. People say mean things, you know what I mean? So I've already been prepared to just ignore people. And when I just feel like when you're, the saying Fabulous says in his song, he says, hating hoes ain't happy and happy hoes ain't hating. I ain't calling people hoes. I'm saying hating people ain't happy and happy people ain't hating. I think that's so true. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see happy people hating. So I don't even take it personal. If I see you being negative or something like that, I know it's a personal issue.
It's
personal
projection.
problem. Yeah, it's projection for sure. But I just embrace, the 97% of people that are positive. And, I just love being a influence and an inspiration to people. And I love being to people what I wish I had when I was growing up.
Yeah. And I even like with your story, you've said like, over the years from childhood, you've kind of had to develop a thick skin
for sure.
Anyway.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You've kind of been prepared.
Exactly.
As prepared as you could be
exactly.
for overnight celebrity status almost. Because that could take anybody off guard.
No, literally.
That's crazy.
I was like, sheesh. Okay, all righty. What do we do?
Right.
Let me capitalize. I'm doing a webinar. I was going to take the rest of December off. We're going to do a webinar. Since y'all looking, come on and sign up for this class. Because this is all you're going to find over here. Some motivation, some inspiration, and some education.
Right.
That's it.
I mean, what could they say?
Right.
I mean, that's real though. Going back to Smitty,
okay,
he said all the time, like, if somebody hating under your comments, whatever, he was like, make that a moment. Like, and he is like he's the good king of trolling.
Yes, he's really good. He inspires me. I'm like, dang, I gotta handle it like Smitty.
Man,
Smitty just
he sees a moment, he's like, yes,
like, he does.
It's crazy. But he's definitely like spit, some gems to me before. Because I have another podcast with my boyfriend, and it kind of went viral over the Drake and Kendrick beef because it's a music podcast.
Oh, really?
And we was like on TikTok getting like 1 million views on videos. It was crazy.
Oh.
We was on the camera with bonnets on and stuff, looking absolutely nuts.
Dang, didn't even know it was gonna go viral. No. That's how it is. And then when you all dressed and ready for a viral moment, 2,000 views.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just not expecting the response that we were getting from some people. And I'm by no means at this point a public figure. So like seeing stuff like that, I'm like, wait, these people don't even know me. And I'm like getting freaked out and like, Janelle, he wants to argue with people. But Smitty was like, no. He was like, take that comment, make a reply video to it and like just make it go viral. It's like troll them. Who cares?
Exactly.
I mean, he's like, if you don't like what they said, ignore them.
Exactly. I just delete them, block them. I have block parties every week.
Come on, block parties.
Listen, we blocking that energy.
Blocking the negative energy.
It's really unfortunate though, because there's so many people that are just so negative for no reason. It's like, but it just goes to show a lot of people aren't happy in life. And
they're probably doing a lot of that comparing of like they wish that they could be living this life. So instead of being inspired, they gonna hate on it.
Exactly. And a lot of people just are judgmental when they do what everybody commits some type of sin. Everybody's did something. But it's just like when you're in a public eye, it's more public. But we all have stuff that we have to look in the mirror and face. You know what I mean? So people trip, but those people are just unhappy. Feel sorry for their mother.
Seriously. Have you started to, or maybe like integrated into your mentorship, like preparing your students for moments like that?
Not quite. That was a rare moment. I don't think too many of them going to experience that. Wicked, that'll be like tier 2. I have to find another tier. Like,
oh, so now you've reached fame. Let me help you
hold another program.
Ooh, I can't even imagine.
I'm going to pull Smitty in on that one. I'm need some help with that one.
Oh, he's gonna kill it. He would be like, I'll do it for free.
No, for real.
That's so funny. So, what do you do as a business owner, as a public figure, mentor? What do you do just in your personal life to like protect your peace, protect your energy, just from like all the noise and all the busyness of your world? Yeah,
that's a good question. I try to just ignore anything negative for one. That's the first thing. And when I read stuff or I see stuff, I'm like I said, from the experience, it's pretty easy for it to bounce off of me. I'm just so confident in myself. I'm so happy and so peaceful and so blessed. Like, I can't even worry about nobody that's negative. I'm just too blessed. I'm just too happy. Life is too great. I don't got time to do that. So that's why I feel like if you really just are confident in yourself, it doesn't mean you have to be super successful or super wealthy. But if you're really just confident in yourself, then nobody should be able to throw you off your rock too much. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. It's just confidence, just knowing, like, I don't care what y'all say. I know who I am. I define myself, not y'all.
I love it. That's incredible.
For sure.
When people look back on SwayThePro, 5-10 years from now, what do you hope that they'll say that you've changed, not even just like about the beauty industry, but about how women approach ownership or even just being like queer in spaces like this that might be dominated by, you know, by men, by women that aren't, you know, that don't identify as you may have identified? Like, what do you hope that people will say?
I hope they say, "Dang, that was a bad motherfucker right there." You know what I mean? And I hope that when they read it, it just inspires them that no matter what position they are in life, I hope it inspires them to do what they want to do. I hope they believe more that they can accomplish anything. It doesn't matter their sexual orientation, doesn't matter their race, it doesn't matter how they were brought up. Like, it literally is just a choice. And so that, and then specifically for the hair and beauty industry, just showing people that you can go from behind the chair to become a multi-millionaire. But again, it's a choice. You know what I mean? It requires certain work. So I feel like with this industry specifically, it's an amazing industry, but a lot of us get stuck in it. I mean, you see some barbers, stylists, 70 years old, still cutting. And it's like, that's not really a flex saying you was in the game 40 years.
Yeah.
Like, because we have, like, I'm sure it's a lot of wear and tear. It is a lot of wear and tear on your hands and feet. And then what do we do after that? You don't want to ever feel like you got to get behind that chair to survive.
Yeah.
So just really showing them the importance of running your business like a business, having systems in place so that you can scale, creating an additional source of income, and just kind of planning, having that next plan and an exit plan in everything that you do.
Yeah.
So just showing people that it's possible. You don't got to get stuck behind the chair. Your career doesn't have to end because you stop working behind the chair. But yeah, just more importantly, like I said, just empowering people and showing them no matter who you are and what you do, you can become whoever you want to be.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Do you think with like the demographic of your students, is it more beauty pros or is it more of like people that are just like, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I'll just open up some suites that don't really have experience in the beauty industry?
That's a great question. We actually just did a poll about 2 weeks ago to find it out. It was like 40-60. It was about 40% that are beauty pros, the other 60 were not, correct. And believe it or not, most of my students and mentees are older women.
Okay.
Yep, like some of them. I mean, I have a student that's 72 years old. What? Literally. She's in my mentorship. I say, look, it's never too late.
I love it, though.
Believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them are older who are still just trying to figure out, okay, what do I do now? And again, that's what I try to be proactively prevent is when you hit that 40, 50, 60-year-old mark, you don't want to be stuck. Like, you still want to live good. You know what I mean? You don't want to have to go backwards. And how do you put yourself in position so that you can still live a fruitful life? So,
and they're just really just trying to find, like you said, the way from behind the chair.
Yeah, they're tired of working for somebody else. They're tired. And it's like, what do I do so that I can have a passive or semi-passive business?
Wow. So when you did that poll, how did that make you feel to know that like 60% of people weren't even involved in the beauty industry at all?
I said, damn, I got some good marketing.
That's crazy.
I got some good marketing. Our marketing team is pretty dope. But I think I do a good job of conveying to people that you don't have to be in this industry. You don't have to have experience. All I need you to do is believe in yourself, be willing to put in the work, and then I'm going to give you the information and we can make it happen. So I think I just do a good job of making them believe that they can do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because they can.
Yeah, they can. I was going to ask you, like, if you encourage people to maybe have some sort of beauty like industry experience or knowledge.
I don't encourage them to. It can be an advantage, but I think I do a good job of telling them everything that they need to know because I actually am a beauty professional, so I know what we need. So I think that's the advantage they have when they work with me is, no, I'm actually somebody that y'all would lease to. I know what we need.
Right.
So I just make sure I educate them really good.
That makes a ton of sense. That's so cool. What's going on in Sway's love life?
Sway's love life.
The people want to know.
The people do want to know. They definitely want to know. Sway is dating, you know, just trying to figure it out. I've been single for about going on 4 years.
Okay.
So I've just kind of dated people on and off, never really committed to anybody. So right now I'm just dating, trying to figure it out and see, you know, what feels good. I am open to committing, whereas before I was like, I really don't want a relationship.
Okay,
I just
really?
want to lock in on my business. But now I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm getting a little bit older. You know, it's time to kind of settle down, have that one person, have a family.
Yeah.
So I'm open to it. Now, what I do after that, I don't really know. I just at least know that I opened that door. So that's a step for me. So yeah, I'm just dating, you know, and I am dating one person right now that, well, hold on, cut. No, we go edit this. My bad. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I'm just dating right now. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Well, Sway, it's been a blast.
It has.
It really has been a blast.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for being on. Tell the people where they can reach you.
Absolutely.
What you got going on next. Actually, no. What do you have planned next in the brand?
Okay. So we are still kind of planning for 2026 right now.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have an event coming up in February, a couple events. So it's going to be more events where more in-person events. This year we kind of did a lot of virtual stuff. So I want to actually open up to people outside of the salon suite industry. I'm just like, man, if I can have this success in salon suite industry, I really would like to just coach and mentor anybody who just needs it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out how to open that up and cater to more people. So excited about that. And still going to zone in on the Salon Suite stuff next year just to make sure my students get to the finish line. And that's about it. Just, trying to do everything bigger and better.
Yeah. Any news for Beautypreneur Con?
I don't know. I got to talk to your sister. Bree, call me. No. But we talk about it. We go back and forth about it. But
she did tell me she wanted to come
Yeah.
today, but she's in Florida.
Oh,
so I don't know why she said that. But it's definitely on her. It's on her radar. It is on her radar.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too. We got a lot going on, and shout out to my girl Bree. But yeah, hopefully we can make it happen.
Yes.
The people want it. So
Yes, I want it. I love Beautypreneur Con.
I know, right? Me
so
too.
Good.
Me too.
All right, tell the people how they can reach you and how they can join your community and your mentorship.
Absolutely. Follow me on all social media platforms at Sway_the_Pro. If you're interested in getting into the Salon Suite industry, you can check out thesalonsuitemodel.com. I have free events that I do sometimes. I have different tiers depending on what type of support you're looking for. But you can open a Salon Suite business anywhere, and you can open it in your city without any experience, without any licensing. And I also teach you how to do it without using your own money. So all I need you to do is to believe in yourself, put in the work, and we can make it happen. Let's go.
OPM.
OPM. Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for being on
My
the Future
pleasure.
of Beauty podcast.
My pleasure.
It was awesome. We had a great time.
Thank you.
Again, my name is Liz Howard. And if you are interested in joining Mirai Beaute Learning Academy, where you can see first look, first access to the Future Beauty podcast before it drops on anything else, join the community below. It is free to join. We also have very affordable courses in niches like nails, hair, makeup, lashes, brows, you name it. My instructors are awesome. And also we do have courses where you can learn how to bridge the gap between your skills and business. That was a mouthful.
Y'all tap in.
Tap in.
Tap in.
I will see y'all next time.